Okay, so what if you had like a cheat sheet for adulthood? Something tailored just for your journey.
Yeah, imagine hitting 18, ready to tackle life's big questions.
And you get this foundational manual,
Yeah.
giving you a real head start.
That's pretty much what we're doing today. We're diving into excerpts from this new book, Ask WY. Now you are 18 and things that matter the most.
By Amit Pandey and Rajshri Joshi, right. Published 2025.
Exactly. And our mission here in this deep dive is to pull out the most powerful nuggets of wisdom. You know, those surprising facts and essential insights.
Especially for anyone just stepping into independence.
Right. It's about helping you understand what truly matters as you face, well, life's complexities.
And the core of the book, the thing it keeps coming back to is just asking why.
Such a simple question, but so powerful.
It's basically a challenge, isn't it? To question everything you've been taught.
Uh-huh. To avoid being, as they say, educated just enough to believe, but not enough to actually inquire or challenge.
It's fascinating because the book gets into the brain science too.
It does. Our brains, well, they're kind of hardwired to resist changing their minds.
Which leads to things like confirmation bias.
Right. You only look for stuff that backs up what you already think. An anchoring bias, where the first thing you hear just sticks.
So changing your mind is like actual work for the brain.
It really is. It feels like a physical restructuring, and change can even feel like a threat. Evolutionarily speaking, sticking with the familiar felt safer.
But here's the good news for an 18-year-old.
Yes, neuroplasticity. It's your superpower.
Your brain is just more adaptable.
Exactly. Unlearning, relearning, it's significantly easier. It's more flexible. It can reorganize.
So while everyone struggles with these biases,
You've got this natural adaptability. You can break old habits, challenge beliefs much more easily than, say, older folks.
that's a huge advantage stepping out on your own.
Absolutely. And to really set the stage for this idea of environment, the book uses this great analogy.
Oh, the water bottle one.
Yeah, you got it. Think about it. A bottle of water.
Costs maybe $1 at the store.
Right. Then at the gym, maybe $2.
Airport 4.
Easily. And on a flight, $7, maybe more.
It's the exact same water.
Exactly the same. But the price just skyrockets depending on where it is.
So the book says, if you feel undervalued,
Remember the water bottle. It's often not about your worth, it's about your environment, your location.
you might just be in a place that doesn't see your potential.
Or surrounded by people who can't see your value. If water can command $7 in the right place, imagine what you can do when you position yourself wisely.
That's a powerful starting point. Understanding where you thrive.
Totally. It sets up everything else.
Okay, let's look at that foundation then. Family. Your roots, your wings.
Turning 18, it's huge.
Exhilarating, but yet kind of daunting too. Suddenly, your choices.
For all yours. And the consequences, too.
The book talks about that transition, right? The sudden absence of those daily family routines.
Yeah, like meals aren't just there anymore. Those familiar voices aren't the first thing you hear.
It really highlights family as more than just comfort. It's a safety net.
A crucial one. It gives you stability, security, especially when you're navigating the world alone for the first time.
And it's like your first lab for relationships, isn't it?
Absolutely. Conflict, compromise, support. You learn it all there first.
Those skills become your tools for everything else.
Definitely. The author shares some really vivid memories, too, from his childhood in northern India.
Right, the sugarcane farm, waiting for the bus.
Playing with village kids, and his dad, the math teacher, slipping him problems on scraps of paper.
Embedding learning into life.
Yeah, and he talks about the warmth, the safety from his busy parents and his grandmother.
The one who raised 6 kids and never complained.
That's her, a real pillar. Her strength and the pain of her passing really drove home for him how important it is to cherish people while they're here.
And then the book brings in Plato's allegory of the cave. That's interesting.
It is. It applies it to family influence.
So the family gives you beliefs, values.
Yeah.
Those are the shadows on the wall.
Kind of like that, yeah. They feel like the only reality you know.
But true growth is turning away, seeking the light.
According to the book, yes. Questioning your upbringing, examining those influences, choosing your own path.
Even if it feels like you're betraying your origins.
It can feel like that initially, but the book suggests it actually helps you see their influence more clearly.
You choose what to carry forward, what to forge anew.
Exactly. Seeing beyond the shadows, finding your own truth.
And practically speaking, there's a big point about health in this section.
Oh yeah, knowing your family medical history. both sides maternal and paternal.
It's like having a personal health roadmap.
Totally. If certain things run in the family, heart issues, diabetes, maybe specific cancers.
It's not about being scared, it's about knowing.
Right. Foreknowledge. You might have genetic predispositions, but knowing empowers you.
To make proactive choices, screenings, lifestyle changes.
Exactly. It turns a potential disadvantage into a powerful advantage for your health and maybe even for future generations.
Okay, so from roots and family, let's shift to the ground beneath our feet. Education.
And the landscape here is changing so fast.
The book really asks, what's the true value of a degree today?
It points out how companies are looking more at skills, at what you can actually demonstrate.
Less just the diploma itself.
Right. The author reflects on growing up in rural India in the 90s. Back then, parents or school were it for info.
Now, knowledge is everywhere. YouTube, AI.
Literally at every kid's fingertips. So it makes you ask, why go the traditional college route when so much is free?
And companies like Tesla, Apple, Google,
Yeah.
they're prioritizing expertise.
Yeah, software development, engineering, data analysis. They often look past the degree if you've got the chops.
They want problem solvers with technical skills.
Exactly. It's less about pedigree, more about what you can actually do.
The book then gets into the ROI, the return on investment.
The cost of higher education, especially elite schools.
Ivy League,
Mm.
$80,000 a year, maybe
Uh-huh.
$400,000 for the degree.
It's staggering. And then it contrasts that with average salaries.
Like comparative literature versus STEM fields, the difference can be huge.
It really raises that question. How do you balance prestige with the financial reality?
That anecdote about the manager's son, potentially $1 million for college.
Yeah. It's a wake-up call. Makes you think about alternative paths.
Like starting a small business. Could that offer similar stability without the massive debt?
The book suggests it's worth considering because that debt, it affects everything long-term. Buying a house, starting a family, retirement.
It's about making informed choices now.
For a more secure future, yeah.
Then the book brings in Yuval Noah Harari and the 5 C's skills.
Right, from 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. Critical thinking, creativity, communication, collaboration, and compassion.
Harari argues the old education model just doesn't cut it anymore, not with AI and automation.
And the book does a great job breaking down AI's impact on each C.
Okay, like critical thinking.
AI gives you tons of info, but the risk is relying on it too much. You still need to question, verify, analyze.
Especially with deepfakes and all that.
Exactly. AI helps, but it doesn't replace your judgment.
What about creativity? AI can generate art, text.
Sure, tools like DALL-E or ChatGPT, but the book says view them as springboards. Don't let them replace original human thinking.
Like Lego pivoting or Uber and Airbnb emerging during crises. That's human creativity.
Right. For communication, AI can polish your writing, draft messages. But relying on it too much can hinder real, nuanced human interaction. True communication is more than just perfect words.
And collaboration. AI can streamline workflows.
But it might weaken face-to-face interaction, which is crucial for trust and team dynamics. Think about the Apollo program, thousands working together. That's human collaboration.
Finally, compassion.
AI can simulate conversations, help explore perspectives. But genuine empathy, reading nonverbal cues, making moral judgments, that's human.
So the takeaway isn't that AI replaces us.
No, it's about augmentation. AI automates tasks, which makes specific human skills even more important.
And this leads to the idea of the subject matter expert, the SME.
Yes, and the prompt engineer. Even with powerful AI, you need experts.
The AI whispers.
Huh? Yeah, kind of. They know how to ask the right questions, phrase the commands to get nuanced, useful results from AI.
So key skill for you now is mastering how to direct AI.
Turning generic output into specialized insight. Absolutely.
The book also pushes for interdisciplinary thinking.
Big time. Innovation happens at the intersections.
Like the Toyota Corolla versus the Tesla Model Y example.
Perfect example. The Tesla isn't one single invention. It's integrating computer vision, neural nets, battery tech.
A total reinvention.
And the author's own journey shows this too. Mining, civil, mechanical, materials engineering.
Leading to space exploration ideas. Habitat on the moon.
Yeah. It proves how diverse skills unlock unexpected opportunities. Think outside the boxes.
Lastly, under education. Emotional intelligence, EQ.
Often matters more than IQ, the book argues, especially for relationships, social situations.
So what is EQ, really? Being smart about feelings.
Yours and others. Knowing when to speak, when to listen, understanding people, handling stress, building real connections.
The author's daughter's story during COVID. She thrived academically remotely, but
But she deeply missed the social interaction, the play, the connection with friends.
it raises that question. Why is face-to-face interaction so vital?
Because the classroom isn't just about information. It's where you build connections, practice communication, learn to collaborate, skills you need everywhere.
Makes sense. Okay, let's move into career navigating that professional path.
That first step, choosing a job, knowing when to pivot, it's huge.
The book gives guidelines for evaluating job offers, like aligning with the company mission.
Yeah, think SpaceX or NASA. People are driven by the mission, sometimes more than the salary.
Also, prioritize learning opportunities early on, like a mini MBA.
That's the idea. Understand the culture, rewards, work-life balance too, and balance reputation with calculated risk.
Early failures can be valuable lessons.
Definitely. Check alignment with long-term goals, cultural fit, and the whole compensation package, not just salary.
What about signs it's time to leave a job? Beyond the obvious.
Stagnation is a big one. If your CV looks the same year after year, time to think.
Lack of alignment with values, like that colleague leaving the defense contractor.
Exactly. Limited role diversification, feeling drained, shifts in company values.
Like the author experienced when his company was acquired.
Right. Financial uncertainty too, though sometimes belief in the mission keeps people there, like early Tesla.
But ultimately, trust your gut.
Yeah. And remember Ronald Wayne selling his Apple stake for $800? Ouch.
Wow. Okay, the book stresses the impact of your direct boss or advisor.
Leads to that saying, people quit people. It's profound.
It poses a stark choice.
Yeah.
Top university narcissistic advisor.
Versus a tier 2 school with an amazing supportive one.
The advice is choose the person.
Strongly. A toxic advisor can be a career ender, crush your growth, your confidence.
The author's own bad experience led him to start the Careerpedia.
Yeah, offering free career counseling, driven by that belief that no one should suffer like that.
That builds into the power of mentorship.
Right, and the book clearly distinguishes idol, mentor, and sponsor.
Idol is inspiration. Mentor is a trusted guide. Sponsor.
Proactively uses their influence and network to pull you up. They advocate for you.
It gives examples. A VP for an employee, a senator for a politics student.
And it shows the difference a sponsor makes. Employee A with a sponsor gets promoted faster, gets visibility.
Employee B without one struggles.
Sponsorship accelerates growth dramatically. Finding one often evolves from mentorship, though.
And finally on careers. Smart hard work, not just hard work.
Challenging that old adage. The author's fuel cell project story.
He was in a different division, identified a problem,
Researched a solution on his own time, pitched it to the CTO.
and became lead investigator just 2 years in.
Yeah, it shows being proactive, identifying gaps, making yourself indispensable. That's smart hard work.
Got it. Let's tackle the next big one. Marriage, a complex partnership.
The book points out how society celebrates marriage but rarely talks about the hard parts.
The complexities, challenges, the personal changes it demands.
Right, and this silence leaves newlyweds unprepared. Everyone expects lifelong bliss.
But the reality involves real work and resilience.
Parents often hold back on sharing their struggles too, maybe to protect the family image. But that denies young people realistic insights.
It quotes H. Jackson Brown Jr., "Marry the right person. This one decision will determine 90% of your happiness or misery."
That's powerful. It makes you ask,
Yeah.
why is this one choice so fundamental?
The book uses scenarios, right? The right versus wrong partners.
Yeah. Anna and Mark, the right ones, share values, communicate, support each other, build joy.
Sarah and John, the wrong ones. Rush in despite differences, leading to friction, unhappiness.
And the relationship falls apart. It shows the huge ripple effect of that choice.
The book also says the honeymoon phase is temporary.
That initial intense rush fades. Long-term happiness evolves.
Into stable affection, built on communication, respect, adaptability.
Exactly. Less thrilling, maybe, but more enduring.
It brings in Bandura's social learning theory regarding parents,
How children model their parents' relationship behavior.
like Lily and Ethan learning healthy communication from their parents.
Right. They saw calm discussion, active listening, compromise, so they naturally used those skills in their own marriages. Your parents' relationship is your first blueprint.
The book also offers a checklist for readiness before marriage.
Urging you to look beyond romance, consider motivations deeply.
Crucial conversations. Dating, living together, sex, family, values.
Finances, communication, conflict resolution, support systems, personal growth, trust, EQ, IQ balance. It's comprehensive.
It recommends Susan Piver's The Hard Questions book.
And this leads to a key insight. Young love is powerful, but it's heavily shaped by biology, right?
Hormones, brain chemicals, that initial intense attraction.
Exactly. It feels all-consuming. But the book argues that biological intensity alone isn't enough for decades of partnership.
It's a beautiful start, but you need deeper compatibility.
Shared values, commitment to growth. That's what builds the lasting bond.
Okay, shifting gears to religion, faith, facts, and philosophy.
It starts with Darwin, evolution challenging creation stories.
On the Origin of Species in 1859, huge impact.
It offered a natural explanation for life's diversity, challenging the idea of humans being uniquely created by God. Caused a massive backlash.
But widely accepted now.
Mostly, yeah. Then the book looks at the origins of gods.
Early humans facing nature, lightning, earthquakes, the sun.
And calling these powerful, mysterious forces God. It was common across ancient civilizations.
But then thinkers emerged who questioned it.
Right. Bravely asking why, when everyone else just accepted. Often paying a heavy price.
The book credits them for much of our modern understanding.
Yeah, for pushing past convention. When comparing faiths, it contrasts paganism.
Polytheistic, nature focus.
With Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, which are monotheistic.
And it notes a difference in ethics. Paganism judges by actions, like in the Ramayana.
While Abrahamic faiths often link righteousness to believing the right creed.
The author shares personal experiences of being discouraged from questioning or excluded.
Yeah, finding it unsettling that institutions preaching compassion sometimes promote division. He argues for acceptance and freedom to seek truth.
The book then challenges venerating deities over honoring people who improve the world.
Using that stark example, infant and maternal mortality rates dropping 99%.
Attributing it to medical science, not divine benevolence.
It's a powerful point about human effort saving lives. It highlights scientific heroes.
Marie Curie, refusing to patent discoveries, dying from radiation.
Her work leading to X-rays, cancer therapy, Daniel Alcides Carrion.
Self-experimenting with the Roya fever, dying at 28 but saving countless others.
And Galileo challenging the church with his telescope, facing the Inquisition. Their dedication advanced knowledge tangibly.
Then the really provocative idea. Scientific laws as God.
Arguing that the fundamental laws of physics and math, Einstein, Newton, Maxwell, are the blueprint of existence.
Underlying all technology we rely on.
These laws, the language of nature, the ultimate truth. Maybe that's God.
It's a fascinating perspective. Finally, reason versus reverence and blind obedience.
Acknowledging that religion, unchecked, has fueled violence.
The Crusades, 30 Years' War, partition of India.
It forces the question, why do people disregard human life for faith?
The book examines charismatic figures who manipulated religious devotion.
Jim Jones and the Jonestown Massacre. Shoko Asahara and the Tokyo subway attack.
David Koresh in Waco. Osama bin Laden, and 9/11.
These examples show how blind obedience amplifies harm. It underscores the need for informed citizens.
And it ends this section with that thought.
The biggest invention of humans is not fire, not quantum mechanics, but God. Really makes you think.
Definitely. Okay, let's tackle politics, understanding power and participation.
For an 18-year-old, starting with the left-right spectrum is key.
The book uses recent examples. Harris versus Trump in the U.S., Gandhi versus Modi in India.
Representing general left and right positions. But the main advice is,
absorb info from all sides. Research. Don't feel pressured to align.
Exactly. Echoing MLK Jr., focus on character, rely on facts, not just opinions from limited sources.
Then it explores democracy's dilemma, different voting systems.
First past the post, proportional representation, how countries try to capture the public will.
Which leads to Kenneth Arrow's impossibility theorem.
The Nobel-winning idea, basically like trying to pick a movie with friends.
Someone's always a bit unhappy.
Arrow proved mathematically that no voting system can perfectly satisfy everyone's preferences all the time without some trade-offs.
So perfect consensus is impossible.
Pretty much. Understanding this helps navigate the messiness of democracy.
The book then discusses blind obedience, again, in a political context.
Asking you, leader or follower, comparing Gandhi's positive impact.
With Hitler's followers enabling atrocities.
Right. It warns about crowd mentality, drawing on Gustave Le Bon, how people in groups become susceptible to suggestion.
Citing leaders like Hitler, Stalin, Mao, Milosevic.
Whose followers blindly adhered to destructive ideologies. It shows how obedience amplifies harm. Again, stressing the need for informed citizens.
Finally, Red, Blue, or You,
Mm-hmm.
points out that many politicians mix views.
Like Joe Manchin, a Democrat with some conservative stances, or Rand Paul, a Republican with libertarian streaks.
It gives a snapshot of left versus right stances,
Hmm.
but says the real focus should be.
Character, competency, courage, beyond party lines.
And the big takeaway, vote. Your engagement shapes leadership.
Exactly. Informed citizens hold leaders accountable.
All right, next up, finance building your secure future.
The author starts with his own story, grew up financially stable, but...
Money wasn't really discussed. Academically focused family.
Right. His wake-up call came later, buying a house, inspired by his wife's financial savvy and his frugal grandmother.
And the hard lesson was losing his job without financial literacy.
Yeah, feeling helpless. He stresses this is crucial for you at 18, maybe earning your first money or taking loans.
Without financial literacy, it's easy to get into debt, miss opportunities.
Understanding money isn't just about getting rich. It's about independence, control.
The book uses that story, Shania's lemonade stand.
It's great. Illustrates key lessons. Shania budgets carefully.
Importance of knowing where money goes.
Picks a good location, near a park location matters. Learns about taxes when the inspector comes.
Taxes are unavoidable. Shared responsibility.
Invests profits in a canopy. Adds iced tea investing in growth. Keeps records.
Emphasizing clarity. Saves some, reinvests some.
Teaching compound growth. It covers so much.
It also pulls from Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Key concepts. Need for financial education. Focus on assets. Put money in your pocket, not liabilities. Take money out.
Power of passive income. Working to learn, not just earn.
Taking calculated risks, networking, making money work for you.
Developing a growth mindset, avoiding the rat race, acting early.
The book defines key terms too. Assets versus liabilities.
Compound interest, the magic water for investments.
Diversification, don't put all eggs in one basket. Budgeting, credit score.
All crucial stuff to understand.
And the investment tree analogy helps visualize types.
Savings account, cactus. Slow, safe. Stock market, apple tree. Faster growth, some risk.
Real estate, a mango tree. Long-term, big profits.
Yeah.
Understanding risk versus reward.
It explains taxes clearly too. Income, capital gains, property sales.
Why they matter, running the country, providing services.
And finally, your financial checklist for 18-year-olds.
Start early, saving, investing. Diversify, understand taxes. Budget wisely, the 50-30-20 rule.
50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings debt.
Be patient, think long-term, keep learning. Approach crypto cautiously. It's your roadmap.
Got it. Last section. Sadness, embracing growth and meaning.
A really deep topic. The book suggests suffering isn't just bad. It reveals strength, shapes resilience.
Compels introspection, growth. If happiness is chased, sadness shapes us.
That's the idea. The emotions we resist often teach us the most. Carve out space for compassion, renewal. Sadness as a teacher.
Uses insights from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, The Good Life.
The longest-running study on happiness, started in 1938, followed people for over 80 years.
And the biggest finding.
Relationships matter most, more than wealth, fame. Strong social connections linked to longer, healthier lives.
Warm childhood relationships had impacts too, with mothers for financial success, fathers for lower anxiety.
Yeah. The overriding lesson, good relationships, happiness. Simple, but profound.
Then the book contrasts Nietzsche and Plato on sadness.
Nietzsche's Amor Fati, love your fate. Embrace everything, joys and sorrows.
Like Leela's story, grief turning into strength, saying yes to her whole life.
Right. For Nietzsche, suffering builds character, leads to a deeper joy rooted in overcoming, not avoiding pain.
And Plato, Socrates.
Their focus is on reason, virtue, self-knowledge. Real happiness comes from mastering your inner world, not chasing pleasure or avoiding sadness.
Plato's chariot metaphor, reason guiding spirit and desire, finding balance within.
The book also brings in Elon Musk on asking the right questions for purpose.
In Arnold Schwarzenegger's reflections on aging, leaving accomplishment behind.
It makes you ask, can sadness be a sign you care deeply? Can you use it to cherish the present, find new goals?
Suggests ikigai, the Japanese concept for finding purpose.
Yeah, that intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Finding your reason for being.
The author shares lessons from his grandmothers too. Lived past 100.
Taught him resilience, not to be a victim. Life's EKG rhythm, highs and lows, give it meaning.
Challenges are as vital as triumphs.
Absolutely. Then, knowing when to let go. A tough one.
Why do people hold on too long? Careers, relationships,
The boiling frog metaphor, slow changes go unnoticed.
and the sunk cost fallacy. Sticking with something just because you've already put effort in.
Exactly. Plus, the comfort of familiar misery, known pain, feels safer than unknown change.
And fear?
Fear of the unknown, loss, judgment. Denial is the silent saboteur.
Letting go takes courage. It's not giving up, it's choosing well-being, creating space for new things.
The 25% rule is a practical tool here. Diversify emotional energy. Limit investment in one area, like a job, to 25%. Spread the rest family, hobbies, etc.
Like an emotional portfolio. Gives you balance, strength to walk away if needed.
Exactly. Finally, end of life. Steve Jobs' quote.
Remembering you are going to die is the best way to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose.
The author's sadness over his grandmother's death emphasizes cherishing loved ones now.
It mentions Dr. Paul Kalanithe's When Breath Becomes Air.
A neurosurgeon facing terminal cancer, writing about meaning in life and death. Profound stuff.
And research on near-death experiences, NDEs.
Moody, Jeffrey Long, finding recurring patterns leaving the body, bright light, life reviews suggesting consciousness continues.
It ends with Randy Pausch's The Last Lecture. Live life fully.
The ultimate lesson. Life's meaning isn't length, it's how you live it. Purpose, connection, love.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a lot from Ask Kobe IY. Family, education, career, marriage, religion, politics, finance, sadness.
A real deep dive into these pivotal aspects of adulthood.
And the core message seems to be,
Embrace change. Plunge in. Move with it. Join the dance, as the book says. See education as a quest for wisdom, not just credentials.
find a career that ignites your soul. Cherish relationships. They're your foundation.
Allow introspection and faith. Engage in politics with empathy. Be mindful of finances for independence.
Use sadness as a teacher for growth and meaning.
Exactly.
Now, there's a final, really provocative thought the book reveals right at the end.
Oh, yeah. This is quite something.
All these insights, anecdotes, lessons, they weren't just for any 18-year-old.
No, they were ultimately written for the author's own daughter, Shania.
The whole book is essentially a letter of love and guidance from her mom and dad.
It reframes everything, doesn't it?
It really does. What does it mean for you, the listener, to receive this kind of personal legacy?
How does knowing that shape how you view this foundation we've just explored?
It's something to think about. Go forth armed with questions,
Ready to paint your own canvas with ambition and passion?
knowing you are ready to fly high.